Hello, 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 everybody. And good morning to everyone. Good afternoon to everyone who's in afternoon mode. We're going to let some people get in so we can start. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, everyone joining. If you can smash that like button, please. It helps to let people know that we are live and we can get started here. Good morning, everyone. If you can hear me okay, please hit that number 1 button. Hello, Cindy, and welcome. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kathy. Nice to see you in here. If you can hit that like button, please let everybody know that we are live. There we go. It's my chat that is behind here, so please bear with me with that. Good morning, Tanya, Monica, Chrissy, Lisa, Karen, Alyssa. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to jump into this. People will come in as they are made aware that we are live. Good morning, Nana and Luby Lou. Sorry if I missed anybody. Annette, good morning from Australia. Wow. So yes, please hit that like button. Let people know that we are live. Good morning, Panda. Okay, so if you haven't heard already, I did make a post last night. Lori Vallow has got more charges. So let me bring it up. Okay, so here we are, everybody. Hello, Georgie from Australia also. We got a few in here from Australia. Thank you for joining, everybody. So here we have now, and everybody has been wondering and waiting to see if this was going to happen. So Lori Vallow, Daybell, they have her here listed as Lori Vallow. She has now been charged. She's been indicted by the grand jury, which means the charges are automatically filed with conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree, a class 1 felony. And this is in regards to her ex-husband, Charles Vallow. Hello, Victoria from the UK. Good morning. So she has been charged. So there's not going to be any preliminary hearing, etc. in this. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. If they are going to, I would assume that these charges will be tried in Arizona. But everything is on hold right now with Lori as she is going through this process of being, refurbished type thing to make her competent to stand trial. So I do believe that this also will be put on hold. I also know that they are going to be looking into the death of Joseph Ryan also, which was her first husband to mysteriously die. So I will not be surprised if there are charges also pending in the death of Joseph Ryan, who was the father of Tylee and Colby. So I thought I heard something about this early this morning, but totally drained on the summer. Yes, I am. I've got more on the Summer Wells case too. That's going to be another live. There's also some things here that I'm going to go over with the new filings. Mark Means is on his carousel again at the fair, at the Grand Circus. And there is a hearing scheduled for Lori, I believe, tomorrow. So I will be covering that, you guys. I'm going to go over that also. Let me bring that up. Okay, so first let's get this out of the way because this is going to be really quick. Yes, random burn. This is there's zombies and their portals and all this crap that's going on with them. Yes, I'm very pleased too. So, also, you guys, don't be surprised if there's charges coming with the death of her first husband, Joseph Ryan. I'm waiting on that. I can't seem to get into the court docket and the filings in the Lori Vallow case in Arizona. I don't know if it's just because it hasn't been uploaded yet or if they even do that there. So if anybody knows how I can get into that, that would be great because I can't seem to find it. Okay. So here is the next court dates for Chad Daybell. Now John Pryor is pushing ahead and pushing fast. He wants to go ahead with the Chad Daybell aspect of this case. And here are the dates for that. So the pretrial is going to be happening on the 30th of September at 9:30 a.m. They are going to start the pretrial. And then the jury, he is elected to be tried by judge and jury. So the jury trial will be starting on November 8th, and it will be running to December 17th. Now, that will all be being covered by Zoom or some kind of, I will be able to get into that, so I will be covering that. Okay, Hippie says, I haven't heard anything about this, Hippie. So I will look into that, but apparently they are looking into the death of Chad's neighbor that died too. So I'm not so sure about that, if that has anything to do with, if that's going to be connected to Chad. It seems more family, immediate family, that they seem to be killing off. Okay, so let's get off of this. This has been set. There's going to be by, I believe it's the 10th of September. They have to have all motions and everything put in. So I don't think there will be much happening with the Chad Daybell aspect of this case until around that time. So, but I will be keeping an eye on that for you guys. And if anything comes up, I will absolutely post it for you guys. Yes, I believe, Hippie, that, Okay, well, I will look into that, okay? Okay, so this was filed on June 22nd, but it didn't go into the record until later on. So this is Mark Means. As I stated before, he had filed a bunch of orders, motions for orders to compel, etc. Now, what I find interesting, you guys, is one has been put under seal. So there's something in there. It has been sealed, and the judge will not allow us to know what happened in that case. Okay, I will show you that. But this is a supplemental declaration in support of the motion to compel. Mark Means is trying to get this out there publicly any way that he can. Okay, so he filed 2 motions for an order to compel. Everybody that was in that live with me knows I went through the whole motion that he had filed, wanting everything from if you sneezed, he wanted it. If you haven't seen that, please look in the video list of there will be a live there where I go over all his motions that he filed. It's just too extensive to go over again, but I'm letting you know that he was going after the prosecution big time again. So now here is the latest one. And this is regarding, as you can see here, I don't know why this isn't working for me. Okay, it's CR 2221-1624. So this has to do with the first degree murder and the first degree conspiracy to commit murder charges that they are facing. Okay, and this one here is for Lori. The 1624 is for Lori. Even though Chad is listed here right now, they are still joined. He's not listing Chad's case number here. Okay, so this is his supplemental. And like I said, I think he's doing a lot of this, you guys, just to get the public to see what he's talking about. He needs to be seen. Okay. So this says comes now defendant Lori Vallow. Are you guys all seeing this? Is it buffering any? Please let me know. Comes now defendant Lori Vallow Daybell by and through her attorney of record Mark Means Law Office and pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 16, Discovery and Inspection, subsection F, and further moves this court for an order compelling and granting sanctions against the state. Now, these are motions that he had filed before, and they were already ruled on. Not buffering? Okay, thank you. But he's filing now a supplemental, okay? So he wants sanctions against the state, okay? He also wants all these charges against Lori dismissed, and you will see that as we come up to it. So he mentions that he wants a said rule. The state had an obligation to provide full and complete written response within 14 days from the date of service, which was a few weeks back. State provided the attached responses, which are wholly inadequate, and state compliance in July 2021. Now, we've seen this with the prior motions to compel regarding her other court things, and that's court case 838. And that was when they found the bodies on Chad's property and they were both charged. So he tried to get a motion to compel, wanting all the evidence. Even if you sneezed, he wanted to know about it. The court did hear those motions and they have been sealed. Okay. For whatever reason, I have no idea, but they were sealed. So now he's asking for a motion to compel. And this, as I said up here, is regarding the first degree murder charges and the conspiracy to commit murder. Okay. It's only regarding that case now. So he goes on to say that they didn't reply within the 14 days. State provided the attached responses, which are wholly inadequate, and state compliance. In other words, the state said that they'll give it to them by a certain date in July of 2021. No extension was requested by the state nor granted by this office. State failure to comply with ICR 16F constitutes a waiver of any objection to the request and its grounds for the imposing of the sanctions by the court. Okay. And then he notes down here, please see previously filed and granted motion to compel. Prosecution has conducted press conference stating they're working on the case for over a year, told Ms. Summer Shiflett that they were bringing murder charges back in October 2020. Now they request more time for discovery. See ICR 16 subsection F. Furthermore, the reminder of the court that response to this discovery request subject to the first motion to compel, which is under seal, were required prior to the hearing to disqualify the special prosecutor and supplemental declaration in support of the motion to compel. That was the other motions that he had filed that are now under seal. In paragraph 4 of 527, response to state says defense counsel can inspect and copy. Okay. So if you guys want to read through all this, this is just basically he's regurgitating what he said in the previous motions that he filed to compel. Okay, so he's saying on about June 18th, 2021, by way of filing with the I-Court system, formal notice of intent to inspect and copy and photograph the discovery of documents, and by email to the prosecuting attorney for Fremont and Madison on said day, defense counsel provided notice of intent to effectuate paragraph 4 to occur on June 21st, 2021 at 10 a.m. at the Fremont prosecutor's office. So he's saying that he sent them notice that he is coming to the office and he wants to inspect, copy, etc., anything from their file. Okay. He's also saying that the prosecution had given them the okay to do this, and that is stated up here, that they could do it. And he says that they said that in their response to the motion on May 27th. Okay. So he says that on June 18th, he sent them notice saying that he was going to be there on June 21st. Okay, let me just close my window, you guys, because I got a dog out there howling. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so he says on June 21st, not having received any email, phone call, or the like, that this notice was not adequate. Defense counsel awoke at 4 a.m. Like, this is just totally unacceptable for a criminal proceeding. It's like, look at me, he's crybabying. Okay, you're doing your job. This is your job. If you're complaining about having to be awoke at 4 a.m. and traveling, like, stop. This is your job. Okay. So he's saying that nobody said that he couldn't come and do this at the prosecutor's office. So defense counsel awoke at 4 a.m. and traveled to Fremont to ensure he was timely. And he's like this is like a dig at the prosecution. Timely. Okay. In respect to the employees of the Fremont County court system, and to allow plenty of time of transfer of records materials to the newly purchased hard drive purchased by defense counsel. Counsel arrived at 10 a.m. and was greeted by the receptionist. Counsel introduced himself and requested the materials be made available to allow for copies, etc. Secretary then had assistant paralegal telephone prosecuting attorney Blake. That's Lindsay Blake. That's the new prosecutor that was brought in by Rob Woods. After one voice message left for attorney Blake called back with apparent instructions that they would provide responses in July and provide their own hard drive. Prior to the statement that morning, this was not communicated as the only attempted method of discovery compliance. Okay, so this is what he's stating. After defense counsel expressed a bit of frustration at lack of communication and requested again the records material be provided that day by the deputy district attorney, came out of her office, graciously introduced herself, and said everything that had been produced in the other case. They're talking about the case where the bodies were found and they were charged. So this is now the murder case. Fremont conspiracy case against defendant Lori Daybell. With the exception, they were awaiting records from the Attorney General's office. I reiterated the previous multiple statements of Mr. Wood back in October 2020, where he had said murder evidence and would not turn it over at that time. I stated, you have not even provided the autopsy of Miss Daybell. I was told it was not relevant to Lori's case. Obviously, I disagree and stated you have not even provided that to Mr. Pryor, so there is no way you have provided everything in your possession with the exception of the Attorney General materials. Again, I was assured that all evidence had been turned over with the exception of the items to be produced by the Attorney General. I said I was going to see my client as a result of no production at that time. He adds here, we were blatantly ignored by said prosecutor to further obstruct evidence of misconduct. See attached emails. Supplemented declaration in support of motion to compel. Okay, so he was going to see his client as a result of no production at that time. That would be back in 2 hours and would like to receive what is available to date and not previously produced. At noon, I called the Fremont County Prosecutor's Office and was instructed to call Attorney Blake. At about 12:15, I called Attorney Blake and left a message requesting a call back as soon as possible to discuss the matter, that I was going to wait for her to return the phone call. After being denied the materials and waiting until approximately 2 p.m. for a call From Blake, I began the 5-hour drive home. To date, no response or communications. Okay, I'm just looking at chat here for a minute, you guys. Hello, Christine Ingram. I'm just checking chat here, you guys, for a minute. Christine Ingram. My dear, would you mind being a mod? Let me know in the chat, please. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, so he started the 5-hour drive home. To date, no response or communications. As a result of the discovery request notice above, my notice failure. What's this? As a result of discovery request notice above, my notice failure of any communications by the prosecuting office, my office incurred 11.5 hours of legal fees minus 2 hours to meet with the client, which is not going to happen if production by prosecution had occurred. 728 miles at 58 cents a mile round trip of travel and purchase of a hard drive a day before to effectuate transfer production, $100.86, $186.32, costs and legal fees, etc. So he's asking now for the prosecution to have to pay him $4,346.06. These fees and costs would not have been incurred unnecessarily if the state had complied with the above rules of law, provided notice and or responses to reschedule, etc. The refusal to comply with the Idaho rules of criminal procedure, bad faith, and lack of professionalism is shocking. Okay, Christine, when I'm done this, I will make you a mod. And if you could just watch the chat, and if there's anything inappropriate, to just remove it. That would be great. Okay, so wherefore the defendant requests this court to order the following. So this is what he wants now. Now, there has been an expedited court hearing coming up tomorrow regarding this, okay? And I will cover that for you tomorrow. Defendant requests a hearing on this matter as soon as the court is available. It has been scheduled for tomorrow. I will be covering that at 11 a.m. Eastern. Oh, sorry, 1 p.m. Eastern. That the defendant further provides a notice of reservation of rights regarding this matter, including but not limited to request for dismissal. Okay, so he's asking for a dismissal and sanctions, and he's asking for the dismissal because of a Brady violation. Okay. Plaintiff be ordered to provide full and complete responses in an expedited manner. Plaintiff be imposed with sanctions by this court for costs, fees, and other appropriate sanctions, including as the court seems fit, but not limited to dismissal of this matter. So he's mentioned that he wants a dismissal twice. Okay? So that's what he has filed. Okay, so Sweet Sativa. Willow, do you ever go to sleep? You've been so busy with this case. I really do appreciate all your hard work you put into these videos for our enjoyment. Thank you. Yes, it's like, even when I do go to sleep, it's like I dream about this stuff. And it's like I'm up at 5 a.m. because I just can't. Especially with the Summer Wells case going on right now. It has been, I've had nightmares, you guys. So this is what I'm talking about here, you guys, when Mark Means had filed the other motions to compel. And, oh, you're very welcome, Leona. he filed these motions to compel. I guess they've had a hearing. We weren't privy to that. And the state asked for an emergency motion to seal, okay? And we're granted this. So I believe this was it. Yes, okay. So this is the order. I will get to it. This is the state asking for, and I will tell you why in this one here, it explains why. The state's emergency motion to seal, declared motion to compel, and request for sanctions. That's what Mark Means had brought already before the court. It was already, I guess, ruled on. And he's asking for an emergency hearing to seal all these records. Okay. It's hereby ordered that pursuant to ICAR I-2A, I'm not going to repeat all this, the second declared motion to compel and request for sanctions and content contained in the said motion filed by Mark Means June 19th is hereby sealed. Well, I have it. Okay. I already have it. It's already downloaded. It's sealed and should not be distributed to any third party without a court order. So I cannot show you that. Okay. But what we can get from that is this. So this is the order unsealing the one, which I haven't seen yet. But this is the sealing of the sanctions hearing and all that, where he wanted things dismissed. This was a couple of weeks ago, and now he is bringing it up. This was regarding the charges from when they found the bodies, okay? Everything now has been sealed for that. The reasons why Mark Means wanted disclosure, the disclosure that he wanted, etc., it's all been sealed, okay? So now he's bringing forth a motion to compel them to give him all the information in the first degree murder charges. That's what's coming up tomorrow. So the motions to compel that he'd already filed everything's been sealed. And this apparently was done. On June 18th, the court issued 2 orders to seal, which orders themselves were sealed as well. So I'm not going to be able to see this, but I already have his request downloaded, but I just can't share it with you guys right now. There's a court order saying I can't. Okay. But upon further review, the court determines that ICAR 32I does not require that the orders to seal be sealed, but the pleadings references in the order shall remain sealed. The court, upon the review of the state's June 18th emergency motion to seal, second declared motion to compel and request for sanctions, finds good cause has been shown to seal the referenced pleading, and the court makes the following findings. State that records may be temporarily or permanently sealed if the court finds that doing so may be necessary to prevent harm to any person or persons. As stated in this rule, individual privacy interests are balanced with the public's interest of disclosure. So they're thinking that somebody could be harmed and may be kept from coming to court, okay? Or harmed in some way for, being involved. Okay. So ICAR requires that certain determinations must be made before records can be sealed by the court. According to ICAR, records can be sealed if the court determines that the documents or materials contain highly intimate facts or statements. So this is kind of telling us what is in there. Good morning, sis. So this is what we have to look forward to. There's something highly intimate, okay, in there that they're concerned about getting out. The publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person and or allow sealings of the records if the documents or materials contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life and safety of individuals. So that's why it's been sealed. Okay, the court finds that the state has made adequate showing that the privacy interests and safety concerns referenced in its emergency motion outweigh the public's interest of the disclosure of the content of the defendant's June 18th second declared motion to compel. So this is what he ordered, that it be sealed. Now, what's happening now is Mark Means has now filed a second supplemental declaration in support of motion to compel. And this is now regarding, since he couldn't have the other ones made public, now he's going after, these are the first degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. He wants all the evidence in that one now. So he's doing the same thing that he did back on the other charges. Okay. So this is what's happening. So June 25th, this is just stating the status conference tomorrow for the hearing that's going to happen tomorrow. And I will, it's 11 a.m. their time, so it's 1 p.m. my time, and I will be covering that. Okay, so let me just, okay, let me get out of here, because I have to go over to here. Just give me a second, you guys. Okay, so that's what's up, you guys. Okay, so that's what's up, you guys. Sorry about that. I just had to go into... Okay, so I am expecting, you guys, 2 more charges coming. I know they are looking into, also, I can now look at chat so I can see you guys. I do believe that charges may be coming with Joseph Ryan's death also. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best in that. Here you are, sis. You've been sleeping a lot lately. You've been sleeping in, my girl. So yes, and thank you to everybody for the congrats on, we have reached 10,000. So, and that is all part and parcel to you guys also. Thank you to my angels of truth for, you know, helping getting us there. Like without you guys, we wouldn't have a channel. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I know Des thanks you also from the bottom of our hearts. Very, very, very happy with where we're at. And there's so much more to come. Yes, Janet, like I am thinking that she may be labeled a serial killer. There we go. Thanks. Congratulations again, sis. Well, thank you to you too, Des, because you have helped get me there with all the technical stuff and the modding and everything else that you have done. I'm so appreciative. That's why I say this is our channel. And that goes for all the angels of truth too. Like without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are. So I want to give you a great big thank you. And there's going to be something upcoming. I'm trying to arrange something, and it is going to be for, my daughter has decided to call me in the middle of this. I'm going to have something for this, you guys. So watch for that. You're going to have to be subscribed. I'm going to probably do some kind of live. YouTube has given us some new tools that we can use, which only allows subscribers to chat. So when I do go live, and it's going to be a giveaway, I don't know yet if it's going to be merch, free reads. It's going to be something to celebrate, maybe a mixture of both. It's going to be something to celebrate us reaching 10,000, and it's going to be for all my subscribers that help me get there. So for that live, what I can do to make sure that it is going to be for subscribers only, I will be only allowing subscribers to chat. That way I can use another feature that I have that picks winners from chat. Okay. So it's a great function that YouTube has now given us for us creators to use. So that way, because I've noticed you guys a lot when people just scanning through channels, or they just drop in every once in a while. I mean, which is great. I appreciate it. When they see that there's a giveaway or something, that's when everybody and their mother just jump in. It's, you know, and they're just here for the giveaway type thing. So this is given the creators a way to give back to their subscribers in a way that is only going to be given to the subscribers as our way of saying thank you. So I will be utilizing this quite a bit, you guys, with free reads, with merch giveaways and stuff like that. Now that I have this tool that I can use where it's going to be only members can chat, or subscribers, not members, sorry, subscribers can chat. And then there's another tool that takes, and it's a random thing that it generates, and it picks a winner from the chat comments. So that just allows me to know that it's a subscriber that is going to win. Okay. And I'm doing it for my subscribers. So I think that's only fair. I do appreciate anybody and everybody coming in, checking out my videos, but I do really want to acknowledge in more ways than just saying thank you that I appreciate you guys. Okay. So back to the Lori thing. What do you guys all think about this that's going on? Thank you. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. Okay, so Grammy says, I truly believe Lori had something to do with Joe's death as well. She thinks she can get away with murder, and it's caught up to her. You know, it never ceases to amaze me, you guys, because she got away with this for so long. If this does go back, you guys, to Joseph's death, look at how long she got away with this. You got Joseph, then you got Charles, then you got the children, then you got Chad's wife, then you got her brother, which also could be, oh my gosh, you guys. And who knows who else that we don't know of, that law enforcement doesn't know of. Like, this is crazy. Okay, so Christine says, even the ex-police channels are calling her a serial killer. Yeah. So who knows if there are others that law enforcement doesn't even know about yet. Yes, this is something we need to look at, you guys. Seems to me that Lori thought she had the best secret weapon, whatever the poison may be, and thought she could kill anyone in her way. It seems to be looking that way, eh, Sally? So good point. Thank you. Yes, see, a lot of saying that. Pink Panther says too, she got rid of anyone that got in her way. Absolutely. That is exactly what it is looking like. Sorry, you guys. Janice Boggs says, what about Chad's neighbor dying? I haven't heard anything about that yet, so I won't comment on it. But I will look into that, Janice. Thank you for bringing that up. It's scary to think, really, she just got her own way all the while. Yes. And Vicky says, I feel more people she killed, the braver she got and the more powerful she felt. Plus, she believes she's a god. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, Vicky, because Charles had said when he was speaking to the police, she believes she's some kind of god. Untouchable. Exactly. If only they had listened to him. The children, Charles, Tammy, would all be alive. Candalee Stone says, I think Melanie Gibb was going to be her next victim. That's very possible. Hello, Lynn from Truro, Nova Scotia. My neighbor, you're only about, I'd say 11 hours from me, 12 hours, something like that. Because I'm right at the border of Ontario and Quebec. This is unreal stuff coming out. It blows your mind. Absolutely. Okay, I've got a bunch of messages that came in. My daughter's trying to call. Just give me a second, please. Okay. Yes, I hope that Lori gets what's coming to her. And Chad. Yeah, this and if this is all true, you guys, yes, it did start long before Chad, right? I believe that Charles was already in the picture when Chad was killed. When Charles was killed, I think Chad was already in. Vicky says, I also believe Alex Cox seeked his fate when he told Melanie Gibbs she didn't want to know where JJ was at. Yeah, I think he may have said a few things out of line and Lori didn't like it. So we'll have to wait and see with that. Is there charges coming in regards to her brother and Joseph? We don't know, right? Exactly, Grammy. Like, I just can't imagine. G-Dog says Chad killed his wife for lust. I think there was a few reasons. She was killed. I believe she might have found something in regards. This is also possible. Okay, so Lori Fuller says, I hope they start looking at Zulema. I think they're going to be looking at everybody now that was pro Lori, because I think that there could be also others involved with all of this. Well, friends like Lori and Chad, who needs enemies, right? Yep, Christy says. So there's a lot. Yes. Money was very important to Lori. Very important. So I don't know what Mark Means is thinking he is going to try and accomplish now. I guess he's saying that more than enough time has passed where he should have gotten full disclosure in regards to the first-degree murder charges and the conspiracy to commit murder. I do believe that he said in there that they were talking about these murder charges back in October 2020. So if there was evidence, remember I told you guys a few months back, I think it was just after Christmas, beginning of January, I said, those murder charges are sitting on the prosecution's desk. Remember I said that? Well, it turns out I was right. And now Mark Means is kind of thinking, okay, wait a minute. I remember you made a comment back in 2020. The prosecution apparently made this comment. I don't remember the prosecution making that comment, but it could very well be. Hello, Missy. But I do know that those charges have been sitting on the prosecution's desk for a while. And now Mark Means is saying he wants all that disclosure. And I guess he went through the disclosure to say, you didn't give us everything. So it's cat and mouse game with him. It's like, it's the prosecution is like the elephant up on that little pedestal, and Mark Means is like the mouse that's running. So, it's about time the elephant jumps off that little platform that he's up on, little round platform. That's the prosecution right now. They're trying to like distance themselves from Mark Means as far as they can, and Mark Means is a little mouse running around. And the prosecution is trying to protect themselves every which way that they can. Well, it's time they just get off and stomp on that mouse. So Random Burn Cat said, I think in her crazy brain she saw some of this as sacrifice to whatever demon she was riding with. Exactly. Well, I'm going to, if the prosecution is seeking the death penalty, Mark Means and John Pryor will be taking second seat because neither are qualified to defend a death penalty case. I'm having some problems here, you guys. Okay, so that's what I got right now for you guys. I'm going to get off because my internet is getting sketchy here, and it seems I am lagging a lot. Lori is the demon. So we'll wait and see. I will be covering this tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. I will get that up as quickly as I can. And get the thumbnail, everything up so you guys can set a reminder for it. I will do that ASAP within the next few minutes. Okay, so you are very welcome. So for now, you guys, I will let you go. That's what I got for now. I will be covering this hearing tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see what kind of crap comes out tomorrow. That's okay, Missy. Yes, I believe Arizona's. I believe they're going to seek death penalty in both. Okay, you guys, I will let you go for now. I am going to make a couple more people mods. If you don't mind being a mod, please put it in the comment section once this video uploads to YouTube. And like once we're done the live, and I will pick a couple from there. I know my sister hasn't been feeling well and is sleeping a lot lately. She needs to heal. I know she can handle everything before she jumps on me here, but I do know that she needs her rest too. So if you don't mind becoming a mod, please either email me or put it in the comment section once this uploads, once we're done our live, and I will pick a couple from there to mod along with Des and Missy. Okay. Okay, so until tomorrow, you guys, I will see you guys all tomorrow for the covering of the case. And if anything comes up before then, I will absolutely jump back on. Okay. Thank you, Des, for putting up all those links for me. I appreciate it. Lori, if you can put it in the comment section once we leave the live, so I will be able to see it. A lot of the times I can't see the live chat afterwards. So if you can put it in, anybody that would like to become a mod, please put a comment once the live is done. And I appreciate that, Lori. Okay, so until tomorrow, you guys, unless something else drastic happens, I will see you guys all tomorrow at 1 p.m. And until then, please take care of yourselves and please stay safe. Bye-bye for now.